An American alternative band got its first and thus far only #1 on the UK singles chart on this day. The song was the lead single from the band's 5th album. In the early 90s, they were part of Epitaph Records, a celebrated punk label helmed by Brett Gurewitz of Bad Religion. When punk rock suddenly got popular again in 1994, it was largely due to Green Day's Dookie and this band's 3rd album. Green Day was on a major label by this time, but this band was still signed to Epitaph. The successful 3rd album earned the label a huge windfall, but they couldn't keep the band, which left for Columbia Records. The band's first record for Columbia was released in 1997 and didn't do nearly as well as expected. But even though the singer and main songwriter said about the next album, quote, "I wanted to write a record that wasn't a radical departure from what we'd been doing." The lead single was released in November of 1998, and on January 24th, 1999, The Offspring topped the UK singles chart with Pretty Fly for a White Guy from their Americana album. Songwriter and frontman Dexter Holland said in an interview, quote, "I always took fly to be this kind of word that white people co-opted, going all the way back to Superfly and other blaxploitation movies. Once it was taken up by white culture, it was kind of the opposite of fly, right? I knew that some people would pick up on the obviousness of the fact that the song was taking the piss out of a certain kind of person, and I figured the guys who thought it was about them would think it was cool and like it, even if they didn't get that the joke was on them." Musically, the song drew inspiration from the band War, particularly their 1975 classic Lowrider. In the US, it peaked at number 53 on the US Billboard Hot 100, but made it to number 5 on the mainstream rock tracks chart and number 3 on the modern rock tracks chart. It was a major success, topping the charts in 10 other countries, including Australia, where it stayed at number 1 for 6 weeks and was certified quadruple platinum.
Give it to me, baby.